Guys, Mikel Arteta has gone ahead and vocalized Declan Rice and Kai Havertz transfers to Arsenal, and he has really talked about lots of things concerning Arsenal, and this is what we are going to bring you right here onto the Rokani Media Football. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I go by the names of Rokani David, and hope you guys are really having a fantastic Sunday. Those that have gone to church, welcome back. Hope you've gone ahead and really gathered in the presence of the Lord. My Muslim friends, may Allah grant you the best that you guys deserve. And this is the channel, and it's the Arsenal News Show. Strictly Arsenal is what we're going to talk about, and obviously Mikel Arteta addressing Declan Rice, Kai Havertz transfer. He has gone ahead and we talked about his links to PSG, and lastly on what he thinks about fans chanting his name at the Emirates, and he knows exactly what it means at the club of Arsenal. So let's see close to 400 likes smash on this video, because in the previous video I called in for 300, and guys, I've seen close to 500 likes smashed on the video, and you guys are really doing wonders on this channel. That's why I love you, and that's why I'll never forsake you when it comes to presenting you the latest information as far as all your football teams are really concerned. And continue to subscribe, because you're left with just limited subscribers to hit 15,000 subscribers, and that will be a milestone hit before the end of this month. And guys, continue subscribing. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit that notification bell. That will enable you to get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. Now, let's start it off with Mikel Arteta talking about Declan Rice. Now, when he was talked about, he was asked about Declan Rice, and he said, "Sorry, but I can't speak about players who are known at the club. I prefer not to comment." So when it comes to Declan Rice, Arteta said he prefers not to comment because he's not a player of Arsenal. And this shows you that maybe the process of Declan Rice to join Arsenal is still stalling, and it might really take some days, as we anticipate that by the end of this month it's going to be a done and dusted deal. So I understand that Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to throw into that, because he doesn't want to talk about Declan Rice, but we know that interest, the interest is concrete, right? And it's a given that Arsenal want to get this player, and they are fighting to see to it that they put in the third bid that is that is going to be well considered by West Ham United. And I think by the end of today or by the end of Monday, Arsenal would have gone ahead to submit in their third bid, as Mikel Arteta is trying to really do the needful and convince the player to come on and really do the job at Arsenal. He's going to be a very X factor or a crucial factor in the signing of Declan Rice to the Arsenal club, as most people really understand the vibes that he brings at the club of Arsenal, and that is Mikel Arteta, and most of you know his job at Arsenal. He's the manager of Arsenal, and before Edu goes ahead to really start talking to the players and obviously their agents, it's Mikel Arteta that first contacts the players and talks to them that, please, would you love to come to play for my team? I would like to fit you in my team like souls. Then you come out and really discuss. So if at all the player gives Arteta green light, then he tells Edu that the player is going to get us the contact of the agent, and then Edu starts off the work to talk to the agent. After talking to the agent and they agree that the player wants to move on strictly, then the agent contacts the team of the player, and the team gives them green light. If at all it doesn't, then the player stays. Now, for this case on Declan Rice, it's obviously green light given by West Ham that the hugest bidder takes the player. So for Declan Rice, Arteta has said nothing. Now, for Kai Havertz, he has gone ahead to speak volumes as far as Kai Havertz is concerned. And what has Arteta said about Kai Havertz? These were his words, that talent has a price, and at Arsenal, we are always interested in young people with experience. I'm not talking about young players. I'm not talking about players from other clubs. But in the case of Kai Havertz, he has already shown a lot, including UEFA Champions League. He's a talented, versatile player, and only 24 years of age. So when you look at Mikel Arteta talking about Kai Havertz, it looks like it's a done deal for Arsenal. Why? If at all he was at the same level, like if at all his transfer was at the same level like that of Declan Rice, he wouldn't have come out to say all that much. But because he knows that it's just pending medical and putting pen to paper, he came out and obviously said everything that he said about Kai Havertz being good, talented, and obviously being one of those players that he admires to be in there for you. And he has called him a very talented, versatile player, and he's only 24 years of age. That's what Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to say about Kai Havertz. Looks like he knows exactly what a player he's bringing on at Arsenal, and you see the difference. It shows you that the deal of Kai Havertz is done, as Mikel Arteta has gone ahead and really said that they wanted young players, and he couldn't say the same things or the same words about Declan Rice, because Declan Rice is also 24 years of age, and Kai Havertz is also 25 years of age. And what does that mean? They all qualified to be called young players. But when he was elaborating or throwing more light, he only put the spotlight onto Kai Havertz, meaning that the deal of Kai Havertz is soon getting done and it's going to be over the line. And next week, it's anticipated that Arsenal is going to announce their first signing of the summer. Then, for Declan Rice, you've seen him saying that he does not want to comment on players that are not Arsenal players. So it shows you that there are still some nitty-gritties that Arsenal need to get out of the way to see to it that this player becomes an Arsenal player. But for Kai Havertz, next week he's going to be unveiled as an Arsenal player. He's in Spain on a holiday, and that's where his medical is going to take part. And I think the last part of his medical is going to be conducted in London. So that's what Arteta had to say about that Declan Rice and Kai Havertz transfers, and you now know where Arsenal is on these people. And for Declan Rice, we all know that is the priority signing of Arsenal, and Mikel Arteta wants that deal over the line as soon as possible, and he's trying to tell Declan Rice, don't give green light to Pep Guardiola to make a bid, because he knows that the moment City comes in with their bid, obviously it's going to be hard. So they're trying to utilize this time, and that's why he gave them close to the end of this month. And I think when this month comes to an end, then Declan Rice will be open to really tell City that Arsenal have failed to really execute this deal in 3 weeks. So if at all you feel like you can sign me, you can take me on. And Arsenal have to utilize that time. And those are 5 days left to the end of this month. And they have to get that third bid on point. And if at all it's on point, then West Ham will really give them green light to really see Declan Rice undergo his medical in London as it stands. So that's it. And let's go to the other story about Mikel Arteta. Sorry about that. He was asked about his links to PSG, and he said, I can only say that I am happy at Arsenal. I feel loved and valued by our owners, Stan and Josh Kroenke, and I have a lot to do here at this club. I'm happy and tremendously grateful to be an Arsenal fan. That is via Marca and ArsenalBuzz.com. So, for my case, I just anticipate that Arteta is one of the managers that are vying to become the greatest in the world. 3 years just into management, but his achievements are really huge. And if at all he has been 3 years, he has been management for 3 years as a permanent manager, all-top manager, and teams like Real Madrid are looking at him to replace Carlo Ancelotti. PSG are looking for him to go ahead and really manage their team. It shows you how much has gone ahead to elevate himself as a manager at the elite level. The works has gone ahead to do at Arsenal are really great. But he's confirming to us that he's okay with Arsenal. He's so much in love with the owners of Arsenal. You know, he feels loved and valued because these owners have gone ahead to really back him ever since he came in here. And remember, in the summer of 2020, they gave him Willian, they gave him Gabriel Magalhaes. Which other player did they get him in 2020? How many players did Arsenal sign in 2020? Which other player did they sign? Thomas Partey in 2020. That's when he came in through, and he came in on the deadline day. Then 2021, that's all the likes of Aaron Ramsdale coming through, Nuno Tavares, Lokonga, Aaron Ramsdale, Ben White, right? And Tomiyasu. So in that summer of 2021, they signed 6 players in the summer. in the January transfer window, they never signed any player, however much they want to bring in Dusan Vlahovic, and they didn't. So they went ahead and completed the season after throwing Aubameyang under the bus and letting him go on a free transfer to Barcelona that was accompanied by £70 million to let Barcelona register him as their player. Then in the summer of 2022, guess what happened? Matt Turner, Marquinhos, Fabio Vieira, Gabriel Jesus, and Zinchenko, and that's what he calls being valued, because to value a manager, you have to back his ideas, and all those players that are coming in at Arsenal have been brought or have been chosen by Mikel Arteta, and the board has gone ahead to really deliver almost 90% of the players that he wanted to come at Arsenal, and he has said, I have a lot to do here at this club. So he has a lot to do to the club, and is so much happy with the tremendous trajectory of the club of Arsenal, because their trajectory is really so much heightening, all in the ascendancy every day that passes by. And this season too, Kroenke and Josh and Stanley Kroenke are showing Mikel Arteta that we respect you, we value, and we want to really not fail you, and we are setting you to succeed, not as the Glazers are doing to Erik ten Hag, setting him to fail. So that's why they are going in for Declan Rice. Kai Havertz is done. They are going in for Julian Timber. There is Lavia and very many other players that Arsenal is being linked to, and they're trying to deliver them for Mikel Arteta. And what else would a manager want other than that? Obviously, that's the best that the manager will ever want when it comes to him being valued by the club of Arsenal. Then, when he reached onto the fans chanting his name, Arteta said, we all like to be praised and to identify with what we do. Above all, I want the Ghana fans to have fun and play every ball with us. So, to feel that they are part of the goal of winning, it's something great. So, Arteta is really a manager who really told the fans that I really want you to get back or to be behind your players, And for the very first time in the history of Emirates, the fans have gone ahead to roar and chant like no other. The most memorable bit was when Arsenal was playing its first game of the season at Emirates. They were playing against Leicester City. The game was 2-0, and then William Saliba scored an own goal, and the game was 2-1. Guess what the fans of Arsenal did? They just chanted the name of Saliba, and obviously they just re-energized the player to go ahead and do the needful. He was not bored. The atmosphere never really calmed down. They continued to chant the name of William Saliba, and that's what Arteta called upon from the fans of Arsenal at the beginning of the season, that they finished second behind Manchester City. That I want to see you resonate with his players and obviously communicate to see to it that you really get them along every time they need you. And they've gone ahead to do it, because at the Emirates this season, Arsenal has only lost 2 games in the Premier League. They've lost to Man City, and they've lost to Brighton, drawn with Newcastle, and drawn with Southampton. The rest have been wins. So out of the 19 games they've gone ahead to play in the Premier League at Emirates, they've gone ahead to win 15, draw 2, and lose 2. Something that I believe that the next season of 2023-2024, Arsenal is going to really call on for more results. If they get in Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, Julian Timber, and Lavia. Those will be 4 good additions to the team to fight for wins at the Emirates. So, thank you guys for watching. Tell me your thoughts about Arteta vocalizing Declan Rice and Kai Havertz transfers to Arsenal, and what do you make about his reaction to his links to PSG, and then the story about him and the fans, the chemistry, and the fans coming out and chanting his name at the Emirates. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name, and let's see you in the next chapter of this video. I'm out.